Welcome to Insights into Insurance with Tom Sorensen of Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.
Welcome on into Insights into Insurance with Tom Sorensen from Americana Insurance. And Tom, we have done it. We've made it to 2017, and Happy New Year to you.
Well, I'm sure if people knew me when I was younger, they would have never thought that I would have made it to 2017. So Happy New Year to you too, Paul.
Now, we've been talking a lot about common questions when it comes to insurance, and some people will be like, I've listened, it doesn't sound like it's that common, but they really are. I mean, if you want to ask questions, it's the best way to do it. And
absolutely.
We've got another question here from, looks like, listener Amy. Good morning, Tom. I've been listening to your insurance show on Kate, and I have a listener question for you. I'm going to start up my own hair salon/shop, and I will be the only employee. What kind of insurance should I be looking into? Thank you, Amy.
BOP.
Is that a hit song on the radio?
You know,
Bob?
It sounds like something that you used to do the dance on American Bandstand or something like that. Again, aging myself there, but yeah. No, Amy, what I would recommend for your type of policy when you go to purchase insurance, and again, I would be glad to help you if Amy, if you're interested in that, but it's what we call a BOP policy. What does BOP stand for? It's a business owner's policy.
Okay.
It's basically, Paul, it's a package deal. Typically, it's created for your traditional types of businesses, okay? Traditional types of businesses that can be defined, I would say, as your normal day-to-day type of businesses that have been around for quite a while. And insurance companies are very, what do I want to say? They're very informed on what those type of businesses do.
Sure.
They have a long history. They know what's going on. They know
what a barber
risks.
does, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so insurance companies selling business insurance offers these policies, which are BOP policies, that combine protection from all major property and liability risks into one package. Mm-hmm. The one package purchased by small and mid-sized businesses is the business owner's policy, or what we again call BOP.
Okay.
Package policies are created for businesses that generally face the same kind and degree of risk. So basically, it's, if I could review what a BOP is, it combines the most important coverages that a business owners need. It's a package that's perfectly set up for small and medium-sized businesses because many of them face the same type of risk. Okay?
Sure.
So basically, if you can look at it this way, it's like going to McDonald's and buying a value meal.
I was just about to say that. Okay.
Yep, exactly. So if you can look at it that way. Otherwise, for larger or more non-traditional type of companies,
like nuclear waste disposal companies.
There you go. Let's take my business for example.
Okay.
Americana Insurance. Okay, very traditional type of business. Okay, we have. We have office. We have
brick and
office
mortar
space. Yep, brick and mortar. We have equipment. We have office equipment. We don't have much for inventory because we don't. But that is part of a BOP for many of the type of businesses out there. The retail places can get the inventory covered, and we have people coming in and out of our businesses. Mm-hmm. Okay. Very traditional. Now, let's just say all of a sudden I add that I'm going to start recycling batteries. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing out an idea.
It's green.
All of a sudden, that traditional business probably is going to be looked upon as more of a non-traditional business, okay? Because all of a sudden we got batteries. What do you think of batteries? Well, you think of acid. You think of pollutants, okay? All of a sudden, the insurance companies are going to say, whoa.
Your whoops just got bigger.
You're right. All of a sudden, that value meal or the BOP is probably not going to be offered in this situation, okay?
All right.
And normally a BOP is all these things put into a policy at a lesser cost too, because it is such a traditional policy and the companies know exactly where their risk is. Okay.
So we've reviewed what you have termed BOP, a business owner's policy. Now, should we go into what some of those coverages are? I mean, we've got probably about 2-3 minutes before we got to take a quick break. I don't know if you want to get into that or if you want to save time for after the break, whatever you want to do, Tom.
No, absolutely. We can do that. The three coverages that are part of the BOP. And again,
inside of it.
Yep, and we can maybe just start discussing these, and if we need to, we can come back to them, is there's property insurance, there's liability insurance, and there's business interruption insurance, okay? The property insurance is pretty easy. It's the building and the contents, example, inventory, office equipment, computers owned by the company. Again, let's just say we have a bookstore. Okay, well, the bookstore is going to have the building possibly. Okay, the inventory, the office equipment that they might have. The owner might have a couple offices back, and computers. I don't know. I can't probably name too many businesses nowadays that don't have a computer. Okay, so and then the next piece is the liability insurance. Okay, pretty typical of any business, and so liability protection, which covers your company's legal responsibility for the harm it may cause to others. This harm is a result of things that you and your employees do or fail to do in your business operations that may cause bodily injury or property damage due to a defective product, faulty installation, and errors in services provided.
All right, Tom, we'll take a quick 30-second break, and I think people understand the property insurance, they understand the liability, but the business interruption people might want to know a little bit more about.
That's the I would say probably almost the most important one.
Excellent. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Insights to Insurance here on KATE, brought to you by Tom Sorensen and Americana Insurance.
You know that saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket? It doesn't make any sense. Try juggling 5 baskets full of eggs. You'll see what we mean. It's the same with insurance. At Americana Insurance, we say, go ahead, put all your eggs in one basket. Just make sure it's a darn good basket. You already trust us for farm and business insurance, so get the same great service for home, life, and auto. And if the eggs ever hit the fan, wouldn't you rather deal with one basket of insurance than 5? Americana. Give us a call at 377-2000 or just drop by.
Welcome on back into Insights to Insurance here on KATE, being brought to you by Tom Sorensen and Americana Insurance. Tom, we're talking about BOP, and if people maybe tuned in late, they're not sure that's a business owner's policy, as listener Amy is going to start up her own hair salon/shop, and she wanted to know what kind of insurance she should be looking for.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for Amy, probably a little nerve-wracking. She's going, oh, man, I'm going out on my own. But congratulations. I think you'll do great. Business interruption insurance, okay? So basically, let's say Amy gets up and running, okay? She's been in business now for a year and a half. All of a sudden, some type of disaster happens, whether it be like a tornado or a fire or something like that. Now, there's some things that I would need to ask Amy where is she located and things like that, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. But so all of a sudden she doesn't have a shop anymore. Okay. Well, if she's not working and the business isn't open, she's not making any money. So the business interruption insurance will pay for the loss of income. The BOP policy will cover for the loss of sales.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the extra expense portion of the business interruption insurance, obviously the insurance company wants her to get back and running up as quickly as possible.
Yeah, her clients do, and everyone.
And her clients do too. Yeah. And because, first of all, Amy wants to get back in the business, because if I was Amy, I wouldn't want my clients going to anywhere else, because you never know, they might lose those clients.
Yep.
Okay. Even though that Amy's never going to have that happen to
No,
her. Okay.
Not at all. Not at all, Amy.
But the insurance company will pay for the extra expense it'll take to get back up and running. And a lot of times that might be a temporary location. Okay. So you think, oh, temporary location, so we got to pay a little bit of monthly
pay a rent or something.
Right. Well, that's part of it. Okay, that will do it. But I can tell you, I've ran into these type of losses many, many times over my career, and it's amazing how much money can be spent on this, because all of a sudden you got computers that need to be hooked up. You got phones that need to be hooked up. You got equipment that she might have lost and needs to be got
shampoo, colors, scissors,
all that stuff,
everything.
Okay, and so all of a sudden maybe she's at a place, and this happened in the winter, and she all of a sudden has to have a place where there's snow removal done where she didn't have it before. It's endless. Okay, of the extra business expense that you might incur because you need to get up and running into a temporary location. And the main thing that I would tell Amy is create a disaster plan. Think of the worst thing that could happen to her in business and create a plan based on that. We actually, at our agency, we can help create that. Okay, so it might be, okay, if I'm down, like if our agency burns up, or a tornado or something happens, I've got a plan of who am I going to be calling, who am I going to get a hold of, how am I going to let my clients know what's going on with us. Okay, where is that temporary, who am I going to call for to get a temporary location? Yep. Who's going to be the ones that hook up our computers? Who's going to be all that stuff? I got it written down in a plan. Those are the things that I would express to her that she needs to do also.
Okay. And that's something, if Amy's starting her business and she has to show a business plan to a bank, they also might want to know what's your contingency.
Absolutely. Yep. And also, too, I'll tell her right now that if you have one of those, that really looks good to the insurance company, too. Because you know why? Because that limits their exposure, their loss, because you can get up and running much quicker than the next person that doesn't have a plan.
So that's a good thing. Now, we talked about property, we talked about liability, and the business interruption insurance. What are some other things that could be put into what you coin the extra value meal that is BOP insurance?
Yep. And that's a great question, because there is so many other things other than those, but it could be, these are the things that could be included but are not limited to: backup of sewer and water, burglary, robbery, accounts receivable, debris removal, electronic data, employee dishonesty, fire department service charge, glass, because glass is not normally covered under a commercial policy unless it's listed, ordinance of law coverage, which is a very important one, in outdoor signs, ordinance of law coverage, just so you kind of know, people are going to say, well, what's that?
Yeah, what is that?
Okay, so let's just say they got the building insured for $100,000, okay? Well, and they have something that happens to the building. Well, the insurance company only needs to get the building back to where it was before. That's what the policy reads, okay? Well, if you add the ordinance of law coverage, and all of a sudden by code, there's something by code that cost $50,000 to do
wiring or something,
whatever it is. Okay, it can be something that that building didn't have to be by code because it was grandfathered in, but now because it's new, it might have to have again, I use 50,000, maybe it's 20,000. Well, that can be paid for also. Otherwise, it might not be covered. Okay, so those are things, and much more that can come with a BOP. Okay.
We've talked about what it can cover. How about what BOP will not cover?
BOP doesn't cover auto insurance, and it doesn't cover workers' comp, health and disability, and lastly, professional liability. Okay, so example, with the hairdresser. Now, I got to make sure that she understands that sometimes with a hairdresser, a BOP policy can include professional liability, can be added on. Okay, so if she turns somebody's hair green or something, then she's got coverage. Okay, just like me at the insurance agency, we have professional liability. Doctors do, lawyers do, many people do, but it doesn't come with their BOP policy. It's normally an additional policy that needs to be purchased.
And of course, as always, we just want to let you know these are generalities. If you are going to start your own business, whether your name is or is not Amy, and you're going to do this, make sure you talk to someone, that your insurance agent, or better yet, you can always talk to Tom about this type of endeavor, right?
Absolutely. And there's many things that would need to be asked. You know, what type of entity is she going to be? Is she going to be leasing a shop? Is she going to be running out of her house? Is she going to have any tanning beds, massages? You know, is she going to do massage? Those are all things that sometimes come with what I want to say, beauty shops or hair salons. And so those are all things that I need to know so I can make sure that we put together the best package.
Exactly. Anything else you want to add at all, Tom?
Nope, other than they can contact me and answer for emails to questions for this radio show is insights@americanainsurance.com, and then my phone number is 507-377-2000.
And we'll be back next week with another, I don't know if we want to call it episode or I struggle with the right term, but we'll be back with another show next week. Insights to Insurance. Tom?
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay, all right. Happy New Year to all my listeners.
Happy New Year.
You've been listening to Insights into Insurance from Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is intended to be educational in nature. Before acting upon any information obtained during the Insights into Insurance radio show broadcast, consult an appropriately licensed professional.